We go. Martin's straight in there. I did a TikTok. I think I put it up. I don't know. Today's been crazy. Trying to make up for yesterday. The kiln is at 1650 degrees. Martin's getting ready to pull some glass rods out of here from vitragraph. And this is a new color that he's doing. This is a quadrant with a core that he's doing. Here it comes. Here it comes. He's going to pull it down and let a little tail hanging down to get a hold of, so it's nice and straight. And we won't be able to see it until it really starts coming out. Hey Bambi, hello, hello. We'll take a look as it starts to cool down. It's blues and greens. And a lot of it has fallen through. Martin was out doing stuff. I am feeling better. Thank you. I'm still not back. Still not just like right, but so much better than yesterday. This is going to be a fast pull. Can you tell?
I can't really tell at the moment.
I can tell. It's going to be a fast pull. How are you? How is everybody? It's a thick pull too. Thick pulls aren't great. They're hard to cut. He's going to keep them nice and straight because he was just chopping glass and found the importance of chopping straight, right, Martin? That's why I'm super glad Martin's getting into this, because so many times I'll say to him, hey, don't, it's too thin, it's too thick, it's too twisty, whatever. And until you cut it and process it and the length of it, you really don't know. You learn from doing it. I can also look and see where it's too solid there. You gotta cut it where it's still red. I'm not gonna pull today. Thank you for the candy, Subu. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. These are thick. They're gonna look cool, but they're thick. It's the speed time, babe. I gotta come with a different angle because you hold your elbow up so high we can't see anything.
I'm left-handed.
I know. The girls are downstairs with Jimmy and Erica. They're helping put up ceiling tiles. He has a drop ceiling that he had like the old-fashioned tiles for. And he got these ones that are a lot better. So they're just putting them in over. So he's going to have double the insulating factor in his ceiling. And now anytime, like if we spill water here, it won't run through his ceiling downstairs. I was worried the other day when I was being sick that it was going to come through the floor to Jimmy because it was unbelievable. Sorry, talking about something gross. That is perfect, that one there. Perfect, perfect.
It's getting blue on the outside, so I don't know. I'm not seeing, I don't know if when it cools down if we'll see the spirals, like the quadrants, if you see what I mean, because with a core. Because I tried putting a core in this one.
Yeah. We will see. You could do a couple twists too. It's so windy here, it's unbelievable. It's your birthday, Lan. Happy birthday and happy Lunar New Year.
Happy birthday to you, squash tomatoes and stew, bread and butter in the gutter. Happy birthday to you.
And many
yeah, you're seeing the
more.
spiral.
Hello, Alan. How are you? And Lynn says, thanks, honey.
spirals coming now.
Great. Pull a couple of straights then. It's so windy here. Morton and I were just talking about, I had a dream last night that this roof in the studio, we need to do the roof in the studio. We have the big roof, the bell tower roof, which are both done, but we have 6 more roofs here that we have to do. Thanks, Joni. And I said to him, I had a dream last night that we put a metal roof up here. But this roof here that the cemetery studio has on it is kind of flat. I truthfully would love to put a deck up there. I think it would be amazing to have a deck on the north side of the church that overlooks the cemetery. I think that would be great. I don't know if the slant is enough. Oh no, Tanya's got the stomach thing too. I think mine 100% was Zepbound related. Like, I know that one of the symptoms of the shot and then eating the wrong stuff is horrible burps. I had the horrible burps. So, I don't know. Nobody else seems to be sick here. I hope that stays the case. Because if it was a bug, oh, poor Morton and Jimmy were both like helping me when I was being so sick. And Erica was downstairs. Erica thought I was screaming. Did you hear that, Morton? Erica thought I was screaming. It was so bad. I would never wish that upon anybody.
Yeah, no, it's cooling down.
Babe, you can't look at the blob. This one's flowing too fast and the blob just gets so big I can't cut it. I have no choice but to just fuse it as it is. And I just feel like it's just so thick. I like to avoid those bulbs. But I feel so much better, but not all the way there. The guacamole veggies on your bowl. Husband didn't, and they're fine. The girls are downstairs. They're helping Jimmy put up, well, he's putting together a shelf, and they're sticking in these 2x2 panel squares up on his ceiling. He only has a couple more of them, so they're helping him finish that up.
Do you want any for the hearts?
Yeah, but I want to pull the hearts myself. Sorry. I just know the size and shape. That's a nice one. Morton was chopping murrini this morning. All the kits are done. I think there are 4 more still available, I think.
No.
No?
There's 9.
There's 9?
Unless you got orders coming in.
I had 2 orders come in. Okay, there's 7. There's 7 kits left. Thank you, honey. Hey, Jen, how are ya? What was I gonna say? Lost my train of thought. That train just left the station. Oh, in the kits. I'm putting complicated heart, and I'm putting, honey, it won't bend anymore. The red is gone. I'm putting in a complicated heart, and Morton's putting some chomps in from his yellow and green, his first quadrant that he pulled. So you could put them into it. They're fusible. The rest of it is just regular stained glass and other glass. Maybe after you pull this one, do some twisties. I am backseat driving for the pool. That one had a mind of its own. This time I'm going to have Morton put these into the white tubs that we use, because then he'll learn something else. He'll learn why I say don't make them so long. Because when they're so long, they won't fit into the white boxes, into the white tubs. Honey, I'm just always nagging. It's never right, is it? How strong is fused glass? I'd say it's as strong as glass. It's, yeah, it's like all the other glass we use. 100% it's breakable, but it's surprisingly durable. If you've ever seen any of the videos where I take and I dump like this glass into a tub, none of it breaks. Yeah, this one has a pattern in it. This one is green, blue quadrants, and he put a white center in it. Well, my glow-in-the-dark center, but we can't see that till we chop it. Honey, I'm going to want to switch with you because I definitely want to get some little hearts off of this. Actually, you know what? Honey, get your little, because this is the green and blue, get your little spiral thing going. I'm going to make little earths for Earth Day.
I don't know what you mean.
You know your copper tube that you wrap around to make the little rings? Do that.
Oh, you can't really get spirals.
No, you can't get spirals.
Are you wanting any like that? Or
No, I will do those. I'll do the heart myself. Morton likes doing this. He's putting the copper in. He's gonna wrap, oh no, there's a big blob. That's okay. He's doing a nice spiral for me. This is a green and blue pool, so I'm gonna see about making little circle earths out of this.
How long do you want?
Yep, they're not,
Sophia.
they're, okay, cut it off now. Hey Pam, I'm feeling a lot better. Oh, here honey. I'm feeling a lot better. Paris and Jade are here for a month. 1 month. They're not going to leave early. They're still here. They're downstairs. And don't worry about trying to get it off now. Just set it there because a big blob is forming. I'm feeling good enough to pull a glass. Pam, I sent you a surprise in your box. Rupert's drop. I have not done a Rupert's drop with this. I know about them. Babe, you don't have to do that. I promise. It's like, that will make like a 5-inch heart. It won't make the heart I want to make. I'm sorry. I sound like a total whatnot. But I know what I want to use them for. Honey, I'm sorry I'm such a whatnot. Morton, I want to get Morton now into fusing the glass because every time he does something with it, every single time, it's amazing. And him and I are definitely different creatures. We look at them, we look at totally different. And all the glass flows differently. This one is super thick. Your husband would say, it's okay, I'm used to it. You just found out what a Rupert's drop was? That's cool. Morton, do you know about the Rupert's drop?
I don't know what
It's, well, it's hard to explain. It's kind of like where you, and I've done something similar with draping glass. I've seen a TikTok video on them. Yeah, you're letting the glass suspend and fall. Is this correct? You love your complicated heart with the window kit. Yay. Pam, there's a surprise in yours from France. I'm getting ready to get real homesick for France. And I just found a chateau. I haven't told this to Morton yet, but I just found a chateau that I think I'm going to rent for 2 weeks in October. And I sent it to my daughter and asked her what she thinks. because she has some friends that are interested in doing a chateau experience. Milk glass into water. Yes. It forms a drop that's impossible to break unless you touch a tail. Yes, that's what it is. That's what it is. But I'm looking at it. I'm working out the prices because it's spendy. It's 20 grand. It's spendy. But it sleeps 29 people. And it has, I think it has 12 bathrooms. And in our chateau, we had 3 bathrooms for all those people. I still can't believe we did all of those. I mean, all those people in the bathroom. Only once did I ever have to like run downstairs for an emergency. Morton's doing green blue with a glow-in-the-dark color center. Just now. Honey, you ready to switch so I can do the...
Probably better. I don't know how long.
Yeah, because it's running fast. Here's this.
You know what stand?
I don't have a stand. The stand that was back here does not fit mine. And here, I'll give you this to show if anybody asks. More.
What did you say? Give you what? If it, all right. These are part of a process for making these things, the complicated hearts, the fused glass hearts. Yeah, it was a year ago now, the chateau.
Yeah, crazy, huh?
You can see the molten glass at the hole, and it changes into the green-blue colour that you can see below in the can, in the trays. I'm experimenting with the murrini. I've never really made it before. Yesterday I made or the day before it was, I made one that was like yellow and a yellow and a green quadrant. This one's blue and green quadrant, but experimented with trying to put a different coloured core in it. So when it comes out, I'm hoping it'll sort of be like a flower petal type thing. When I chop it, I'm hoping it'll have like a white centre with like 4 little petals that are like blue and green on it. But I've never done it before. It's a huge learning curve. And I was chopping the stuff up this morning. I was experimenting with my thing so that I can get the things to a uniform thickness for Priscilla to then use in the artwork, or if people are interested, we can then like package them and ship them out. It's quite a labour-intensive process. I now understand why. When Priscilla showed me the little bag, it was like a little like half-ounce bag or something, and it was like $20 or something. I thought, man, that's really expensive. Then when I see the labour that's actually involved making it, I now understand. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for all the likes, everybody. If you've got any questions for Priscilla with what she's up to, just shout them out and I'll read them out to her.
And you can answer all of them.
Yeah, if there's anything I know, I'll make. What I don't know, I can make up, I suppose. But this kiln has the glass at 1650 degrees, and it's molten glass that's placed in a ceramic pot, and in like quadrants of colour and a core, so that as it melts down and comes out, you can see what the different colours is. You can actually see on that one as it looks like it's red and blue, but it's actually blue and green once it cools completely down. What was the memory you can share from France? Most share.
What do you mean?
Pam's asking, what was Priscilla's memories she most treasured that she can share from France?
Oh, the people, for sure. The people. Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. Getting to like you. All of that.
I don't know if that coil will pull off it now if you want to make any more coils before it runs out.
Well, I don't want to stop.
Mm-hmm.
You can maybe set my phone up right there.
Nah, it'll fall over if I try
No,
playing.
take the plug out and take the charger out.
Yeah, I don't know what to stand it on. Says it's seen properly without a stand for it.
I just did it right there the other day.
Nah, it's fine. Yeah, it's one of the amazing things when you see the glass coming out. It's like molten lava coming out the bottom of the kiln. Thanks for following, Jade.
Okay. I am done. I'm gonna let you do this, honey. I'm not feeling great.
Right.
Just make some twisties and whatnot.
Yeah, it's a vitragraph we're pulling to make to, and we're the way we're making it is going to be for making what's the word, Priscilla?
Murrini.
Murrini. My brain went blank there.
I want some little wisp. This one.
Pam reckons that's cool.
Okay, here you go, babe. Your turn. Your turn, honey. Your turn, honey.
Oh.
You're sitting there looking like you're sleeping.
When you take it off for me.
I'm gonna set this down and take this thing off. Honey,
You
there's
can-
gonna
I'm
be a
saying you can
big
show that
glob.
It's one blob.
One big glob. That's the last pull. I'll set you right here. You can see.
It's like Casper's heat.
My stomach is just not great. I'm gonna try to take this off. Nah, I'll let you do it. Oh, I just don't feel good, babe. Pushing it. I'm gonna turn you around and let you see this. Oh, the colors are coming out real pretty. We'll know if the quadrant worked once we start chopping. I mean the center core. The quadrant definitely has worked. And you could maybe do some little twisties with this. I like the twisty spiral patterns like this. They're so cool to do in the glass. No, I'm not doing great. My stomach is still sore. My abs are like crazy sore. which is weird because I don't even really have abs, but they're sore.
You just want no straight.
Yeah, just do straight twisties. All the straight twisties. Egg rock soup. The Jay made yesterday, she made a really nice soup broth. I might have some rice in that. I don't know. I have 6 more labels to print out and then we are done. Martin's gonna run to the post office. And thankfully this is a quick pull. I slept straight through the night last night though, and I never do that. Something is really up with TikTok. Like something's really up with TikTok. Has anybody else noticed that like your algorithm, what you're seeing, notifications, all of that are way off? My TikTok feels weird. I had to go like looking for certain people and interact with them. Do you want to try to make some little shamrock shapes? Just freehand.
What's a shamrock shape? What is it?
Like the little circles, 3 little circles. Your algorithm's terrible. Yeah, you're noticing.
I don't know how you do it because it cools down too fast.
Lacey, that's wild. Just anyway then, honey. Just pull fast. Just do a nice fast pull. And think of size. The finished product needs to be about 3 inches across. Yeah, like a 4-leaf clover. A shamrock only has 3 petals though. Like all my friends in Ireland have told me that because I used to make the lucky 4-leaf clover and they're like, that's not a shamrock, that's a 4-leaf clover. What he's doing there might actually work. Just try to get them a little thinner, honey. Pull them a little faster so they're thinner.
I don't think that'll be a 4-leaf clover.
No.
I don't want to do that.
Oh, babe, I'm fading fast. I'm not feeling good at all. It's the day after being so sick, and I want to rush and push and be normal. Babe, just give that up. Give that up. Just make me grass or something. Just straights. Just straights. Sorry. Just straights. They could be twisty, curly, whatever. Oh. Leave the camera and lay down. I'm leaning against this shelf here. I'm laying down basically on the table. My stomach is just still so sore. I told my daughter I was gonna, I wish I would have taken a picture of the mess I made. Yeah, I've had a lot of water already today. But just to remind myself, never, ever, 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 ever do that again. We're going to have an early night. Oh, it's Watercolor Wednesday. Watercolor is great because I just sit there. I'm going to make a snake tonight. I'm going to paint a lovely, friendly snake. I'm scared of snakes, but tonight I'm going to paint one. I haven't had any Gatorade. I should get the Gatorade clear stuff. Should get some of that. Honey, maybe when you go out to the post office, you'd grab me some.
Right.
Just in from Boyer's. And that right there, that shape's perfect for me. I love it. And then I'd maybe do a couple things to see how the bottom of the pool looks. Remember, you were curious. Do a couple thicker straights to see how it looks towards the end of the pot.
Mm-hmm.
I drank my protein shake today. It took me so long to drink it though, because it was, my stomach still has the memory of how bad it was. That glass is so cool. Look at it. That's a really pretty color. Do some thick ones now though, honey, and see what your quadrant looks like. That's plenty of grass for me. These ones are ideal to pull like 8 to 10 inches straight and thick for cutting. It wasn't food poisoning. Morton and I had the same thing. I know exactly what it was. These high protein, the sugar-free, yeah. I'm basically eating 0 calories. But I had just taken my shot Monday morning, and I had already eaten. I'd eaten like a little handful of nuts, and I mean just like what fits in the palm of my hand, not like an overflow of nuts. I ate nuts, I ate my 6 prunes, and I ate like a little paw full of blueberries. And Morton brought me these spicy nacho protein puffs that are horrible. Eve even said, because I gave him the rest of the bag and said, I don't want them. I don't want any more. And you even said, didn't you, honey, that they're real spicy?
I know.
They are. Hello.
Anything we can do here?
Yeah, all done. If you wanted to, you could. Morton, is the dustpan back there now?
Yeah, they're out the front room.
They're in the front room? What's the
In
front
the porch
room? Where we come in
the
at?
bucket.
Where we come in at?
Yeah, no, in the front porch room.
In the bell tower?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you wanted to, you could sweep all the bathrooms, sweep the bathrooms, and the rest of the rugs that are in the bathroom, we're going to put them in the washing machine and start that washer, just because they were down on the floor, and I don't think I got sick on them, but I wouldn't want to have them there. But if you want to throw that in the washer and then sweep out the bathrooms and sweep the kitchen,
你会用洗衣机了吗？
that would be great.
干净啊！
We make things like this.
干净啊！干净啊！
Make things like this. Hey, honey, I'm gonna go, flip this around and get these ladies going. Oh. So you keep talking to the camera, or whatever you do. Don't knock my phone off into there, please.
What, do you think molten glass will lift it?
Yeah. And I'll slide that over now, but don't try to touch the screen if you miss a comment or whatever. All right.
Hey everybody. It's a vitragraph for making fused glass projects. It's the first step in a fused glass. It gives a more 3D fluid piece than if you try to cut a piece of glass. At the moment I'm pulling straights to make what's called murrini, and I've not got a piece lying to show you at the moment actually. It's the way that I've made these. It's got I set it up with a quadrant and a core, so I'm hoping that when I slice it up we get little discs of glass that'll look like almost like tooth. I don't know if you can see that. there's a green stripe and a blue stripe. So when I chop it up, I'm hoping to have a white core with a blue petal, 2 blue petals and 2 green petals. And but this is an experiment that I've never done before. It's a big learning curve, and so we cut it into discs. That's called murrini, and it's used to like make flowers and things in fused glass designs. And the curly pieces that you saw me making, it's used to make sort of curved designs. Apparently vitragraph, Priscilla says, is Latin for writing with glass, and you can make like curves and everything that give a better 3D effect, and than if you were trying to create them using pieces of cut glass or painted glass. And it's called vitragraph when it's the big long pieces, and it's called murrini when they're processed into the little cut discs. I hope that answers your question, Deaf Marie. I think that's it. Sorry if I've read that name wrong. It's with the Germanic text. It's kind of difficult for me to read from a distance. But that's why I'm trying to keep it straight for cutting it into the discs. And I've done some that are spirals because Priscilla's going to be using them in other projects. So the spiral shape looks really neat because it's got it looks like a candy cane with 2 colours in it. This is a big learning curve for me before because I've never made this before. With Priscilla used to load the pots, and I'd never loaded the pots before. So, and we'd never gone for any specific patterns and stuff before. It was just what came out, and it was kind of pot luck. So if I can make specific patterns, there's people are interested in stuff like that I can process it, and other people might like. But this is the pot from yesterday. You can see the quadrants of glass that I made up, and when they melt, they pour out the bottom. Thanks for the gifts and the likes. It takes a bit of getting the knack of getting the glass to flow out and keep it at a steady pace so that the column stays the same thickness all the way down. That's a big learning curve as well. The faster you pull it, the thinner the pipe of glass is. It's not a pipe, sorry, the piece of glass is, and so you try to pull it slow if you want thicker pieces. Like it now, you can see it's about 5mm thick, and if I cut that up at the top here, if I pull this one, you can see it's now coming out about 2-3mm thick because I'm pulling it faster. Rods of glass, that's the word I was looking for, or stems, because you can use them for flower stems and things like that tend to drop it if I've not got the hemostat tight enough as well. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Yeah, they look like the narwhal horns, yeah. Or unicorn horns. And at the moment it's pulling solid rods of glass because the pot's still relatively, I don't know how full it is, it must be more than half empty. But as the pots become empty, if you've ever seen at a pond, like the whirlpools that you get, that as it eddies down through, because there's a hole in the middle of the pot, the air starts to come down through the middle and it starts to form straws because there's not enough glass to form the complete tube of glass. So you then end up with straws of glass being formed. And that's when the importance of the safety glasses and the gloves and long sleeve shirts, all the non-combustible materials that are around about the kiln setup are super important, because it'll start to shatter as you're trying to grip the glass. And as you can appreciate, 1600 degree glass flying about the room is not fun, and you don't want to get a piece of that in your eye. So the importance of the safety glasses is really paramount when you're working with this glass. So have you ever tried larger straws that are easy to work with? Sounder ones. The straw, I mean, we don't really go for making the straws because there's not really any use for them. And it's like Priscilla has done things like filling the straws with frit to make something unusual. To make larger straws, like thicker, if you're meaning by larger, thicker, we've got pots that do have bigger holes in the bottom, but how big your straw is sort of governed by how big the hole is in the bottom. The electricity is not super expensive. This is a 16 amp kiln, so I can't remember what like your kilowatt, if it's running at 16 amps, that's 16 times 110, so you can multiply that by your kilowatt hour. So yeah, it does use a lot of electricity, but this kiln's comparable to running a 1500 watt heater in your house. So I think it's about if you ran it all day, it would be about $12 a day or something. Because this one runs on 110. In fact, no, this one's less than 16. This one's a 14 amp kiln, so it is a reasonable amount of electricity, but not a huge amount. Like I says, it's comparable to running like a 1500 watt electric heater in your house, because I'm trying to remember the arithmetic. It's 14 amps times 110 volts is your wattage. So it'd be about 1400 watts an hour that you're running. So times your kilowatt hour is what it would cost you to run. This is it getting starting to straw. I could hear the crunch just now as when I cut it off, and it just shattered on me there. So this is where I'll have to be very careful because it's starting to straw, and this is where it shatters and everything. Thanks. I'll try and show you a straw that is starting to produce now. If I can get a grip of it to pull. Bring it down and I'll shatter it where it's, you can see how quickly it cools. You'll hear a crunch. And I don't know if you'll see it, you can see that this is actually a straw in the end of it. I don't know if you can see that. But that's it. The glass is low enough in the kiln now that it's actually producing straws. And if I was able to show you up inside, you can see the glass. This piece here is really neat. Priscilla likes these. It almost looks like a sort of, I don't know how to describe it, like a skirt when it comes off. I've just dropped it. Where did you go? It kind of broke when it hit the bottom. That's a shame. But this is it had looked like a skirt before the pieces broke off it. But yeah, I've got maybe 5 more minutes worth of pulling now before this will run out, because it's strawing out the bottom, and that's why I'm twisting it also, because a lot of the times there's not a huge amount you can do with the straws, because you can't really use them for drinking straws. They're too thin and they would be really dangerous. They would, they would shatter. But yeah, you can see the bottom of that where it's cooling. You see the red and the two blue and the green colours. Trying to cut it where it's still molten, pull it fast, so as you see, it went too fast there and it's too thin. It just like pulls away. Yeah. We reuse them, and we just put more fresh glass in on the top of it, and it cleans itself out. It just pours through. Try to, like the one that we had the yellow and the green in there, I'll just do similar. I'll put similar colours into that pot and they'll just pool and clean themselves out. sorry, Priscilla says I should be for saying what the questions were. Yeah, the pots that we've used before, we just reuse for the same colours. And as I say, depending on what we're using it for, if Priscilla's not particularly fussed, it's, you know, she'll just chuck a whole mishmash of colours into the pot, and then it's like what you're drawing doesn't really matter. So the pot can be any colour from before. What some people do is they put like kiln spray in the pots, but Priscilla says that a lot of the times that'll come off in the pool, so you'll end up with pieces of the white kiln spray in your pool, and which leads to sharp pieces of glass. You don't understand the drip. What's that, warrior squirrel? We have a pot inside the kiln like this, filled with glass, and as it's melting, it's coming out the hole in the bottom of the kiln, forming the rods. We're now at the stage that there's too much poured out. It's forming straws, and I'm almost finished what I can actually pull. As you can see how little was left there in that pot. There's not enough to grip, so it's just really dangerous, and it shatters because it tools. Yeah, the glass it's molten glass, warrior squirrel. It's in the kiln that this is the glass is when it first comes out is 1600 degrees glass, 1650 degrees. So it's molten red hot glass that's coming out of the kiln. That's, if this will allow me, when I first pull it through and it's cooling down too fast because it's so thin, is when it first comes out, if I can get this to pull faster, when you first start to see the glass, now it's not allowing me to pull it fast enough. Right, you can see the glass looks like it's red. If you can see the glass, it looks like it's red and white. Is when the glass actually cools down, it's green and blue. I need to leave it a minute. It's at the point. Hi there. Hi there, Alma. Yeah, like this. When you see the deep colours, that it's a deep blue and a green. Is when that earlier, if you had seen it, when that was coming out, as it first comes out the kiln, it looked like it was red because it's at molten glass at 650 degrees in the kiln. This was one. Oh, there we go. I can pull it backwards off the rod. Made a glass spring. Obviously, it'll not work like a spring, it just breaks. But this end is still caught on the front. Bring it off backwards. Yep, I'll get a twisted one. there's a good one. It's one of the twisted ones. There's a good one to show you the twist. You see the blue and the green there. I did have some that were like candy cane, but I couldn't clean them. I've now got to sort all this out. And depending on how fast you pull it through, it's at different things. Hi there, Donna. So, and like there's these are the ones that you see where it starts to straw. You can see how weird the twist is on these ones, because it's a hollow straw and then you're twisting it. Donna and Priscilla did these ones earlier. She did the twists and formed them for making the hearts. Yeah, that's what they look like, pixie sticks. Yeah, they're for making the hearts. Priscilla did all these ones earlier. These are for making the complicated hearts. And then we've done this kind of one for making grass and stuff like that. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see some of the ones, like when you see this one that's got the blue and the green, when I chop it down with the murrini chopper, and you can sort of see in the middle there, I don't know if you can see it, there's the blue and the green with a white core in it. It's difficult to see in this light. There's a white core and with the blue and the green petals round about it. They're quite strong, but they need you put them in the kiln to temper them or anneal them to make them really strong. Like if I wanted, I could snap this, but this bit here is really, I just used this tool here to chop the piece off this to have a look at it. So they are pretty strong, but if Priscilla was doing these as swizzle sticks for stirring drinks, she then puts them into a kiln and using, I can't remember what she called it, but it's a special kind of material for going in the kiln that allows these to sit in the kiln and be annealed at around, I think it's around 900 degrees. It's a bit like tempering steel. You temper the glass or anneal the glass to make it solid, to make it really strong. And it sits, I think it's about 900 degrees for an hour. And the stuff she puts it on allows it to sit in it and keep its shape. Whereas if she does it on a kiln shelf, the back goes flat and you lose the nice round shape of the piece. Like that. That's like, as you can see here, this is the complicated hearts that she makes. There is a front and a definite front and a back to the pieces. Like this is the piece that was on the shelf of the kiln. You can see how it's flat, and the front of the piece is still nice and rounded because that's the bit that's up, and as it melts it keeps the rounded shape that's achieved within when the stuff is fused. I'll see if I can pull any more of this now that I left it a minute. Oh, that's it finished. I'll just have to turn the kiln off. It gets to the stage you can't pull any more out. So that's the kiln off. I'm not sure what Priscilla's doing. She went down to help the girls for a minute. But I think I maybe had, looking at this one, I kind of like how it came out, but I think I had too much of a core in it. You can see the white and the blue. Like when you look at the outside of it as a piece like that, it looks really nice. Oh, puzzle piece. Sorry about that. It was giving you one of those puzzle piece things. It's got like it's almost like a star in the middle of it, the way that its core had went. So I think it was the first time I'd done it. I think what I did was the piece that was to make the core was too big. I need to figure out a way to make the amount of glass that I had in the middle less, so that there's more of the colours to make the petals coming down through better. But for a first attempt, I was quite pleased at that. But it almost looks like it's got a white star in the middle. I'll go and see what Priscilla's up to. Yeah, that's where we have to be very careful with some of the stuff that Priscilla makes. Is most of it is like when you send it out, it's relatively safe. But some of the stuff we were making for Christmas, because it had things in it that did look like candy canes and stuff, we had to put like a disclaimer in it. In this modern world, it's like you have to be better safe than sorry, and put a disclaimer to say do not eat, because the stuff, it really does look like candy. I mean, this is the one that I made yesterday or the day before. When you see that, it's like, it just looks like the rock candy that you get at the seafront. And the last thing you want to do is go chomping into a piece of that.
Is it all done, honey?
Yeah, it's finished. The core kind of worked, but I think I made it too big.
Right.
It's sort of like a star that you're seeing in the middle of it.
That's
And it, like, when you look at the outside of it, you see the colours, but there's too much of the colour mainly in the middle. Do you want your camera?
Yeah, well, I gotta look this too. We gotta finish doing these.
Right.
Oh, I think that's a live that needs ended.
Yeah, I think it just had to slide it across for the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Here, I'm just giving Priscilla her camera back, or phone back, whatever you want to call it.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have fun. Honey, you gonna say bye?
You know now, everybody.
We'll see you later. Bye for now.